Welcome to the Growability Podcast, where we equip leaders to grow sustainable, effective, and generous organizations. I am Bernie Anderson, along here with the founder of Growability, Joshua McLeod. Welcome. Joshua, what is our topic today?
Thanks, Bernie. So today we're going to talk about the Growability Business Collective. Not collective, I'm sorry. Today we're going to talk about the well, if I can get my brain around the word I need to say, we're going to start. Let me try that again. Well, thank you, Bernie. Bernie, today we're going to talk about the Growability Business Collaborative. The Collaborative is an 18-month program that helps with leadership, management, and marketing. It's designed to equip leaders with the tools they need for both growth and stability at their organization. This is an incredible program. It's an educational experience that took more than 10 years to develop, but it's probably the most impactful thing that we do at Growability.
Awesome. Hey, so I like what you just said about this being the most impactful tool.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question. Why is this an essential tool for a business or a nonprofit?
You know, Bernie, one of the most destructive things that any leader can do is to stop educating themselves or stop being educated because they got some degree or they joined some program or they read a book and now they think they know everything that they ever need to know about business. Every really effective business or nonprofit leader is someone who is dedicated to continual improvement and continual education. If we want to thrive in life and work, we really have to remain curious and humble. So we need to continually be educated. One of the most humbling things that any leader can do is put yourself in a place where other people are looking at you and you're looking at other people and you're able to vet the reality of where your organization is based as opposed to where you might think it is in your head. So the reason why the Growability Collaborative is important, this group educational experience, is because one, we need feedback from our peers. We need to know on a peer level whether we have what it takes to do what needs to be done in our organization. Secondly, we need feedback from experts. So if I don't feel confident that I'm doing the right thing, I need someone who has a level of expertise in whatever it is that I'm doing to remind me and show me that I'm doing the right thing. And finally, we need a structure in place where we can get feedback in the first place. If I'm not having the right prompts to ask me the right questions about my organization, then I'm not getting feedback because I'm not even asking questions in the first place. So we need feedback from our peers, we need feedback from experts, and we need to have systems so that we can be asking ourselves the right questions at our organization. Now, the Growability Collaborative is an 18-month program. And that is significant because quality business education and quality business development doesn't happen in a one-day seminar. It's like if somebody is offering a thing and they are like, we're going to give you everything you know how to create a thriving and successful organization in our one-day seminar or in our weekend, they're selling a small fraction of what's necessary to actually make your organization work. It's sort of like you can't teach someone how to build a bicycle in an hour. And running a business is a lot like a bicycle. You know, I have wheels. So if I don't have wheels, I don't have a bicycle. So I might say, all you need is wheels and you have a bicycle. Well, that's not exactly true. I also need a handlebar and I need a frame and I need pedals and I need balance and I need gears and I need a chain. So there's a lot of things that we have to look at when we're looking at the health of an organization. And if you just go to one of these like one-day seminar things, all you're getting is like one aspect of your organization. So I might have a great day seminar about a chain or a handlebar or a tire or, you know, changing a flat or something like that. But to get a comprehensive business education, it really does take some time. So that's why the Growability Collaborative is an 18-month program.
Yeah. Well, it sounds to me, Joshua, like it's a structured way of putting people in your life who are going to tell you the truth and give you excellent feedback in your business. I love it.
That's fundamentally, that's right. The age-old statement that you are going to be the accumulation of the people that you hang out with and the books you read is so true. Business leaders are sometimes hesitant to put themselves in the right environments because
Yeah.
they're like, well, I don't want to show people where I'm really at, and I don't want to be embarrassed, or I don't want to be ashamed, or something like that. Well, what a business collective does, what a business collaborative does is it kind of throws all that out the window. Everybody's here to learn. Everybody's here to help everybody else in this room. This is a safe peer group where we're going to work together. We're all paying to be here. So we're not just like, it's not coming in here so that we can be the peanut gallery and make fun of people. Everybody's here on the same page. Groups like that, I mean, affinity groups where we're doing the same thing in the same direction as a team will change your life. There's no way around it. If you are a part of an effective group like that, it'll change your life.
Yeah. Leaders need to be a part of a group like that. Well, hey, let me ask you this question, Joshua. Can you give just some examples of people that you've known, of someone who either got it right or got it wrong?
Just look at the news and you'll see the amount of businesses that get this wrong. Or if just 5 minutes in a community, you can talk to somebody who's got this wrong. And I don't know anybody that, in a sense, has been an effective leader that at least hasn't got huge portions of running their business wrong and then figured out a way to adjust so that they could get it right. We see our business kind of through our own lens. So kind of like we see ourselves through our own lens. The problem is we can't look at ourselves externally. We can only think about ourselves and look out of our own worldview. So, Bernie, I've got a ton of kids, and my daughter Hannah Grace is working with me right now. She's my executive assistant, which has just been a game changer. She's it makes work more fun just to have your daughter work with you. But so like the other day, Hannah's like, "Dad, you've got spaghetti on your shirt." So with all of these kids, I'm like always picking up kids, and I've got a toddler. And so toddler at lunch had some spaghetti on his finger. So I'm hugging the toddler, all the while not realizing that I'm putting spaghetti right on the front of my shirt. Well, in business, we have spaghetti on our shirt all the time. We're doing things, maybe with our marketing, maybe with our goal setting, maybe with our team meetings, maybe with our communication. And it's just obvious to everybody else, like, hey, you're making a mistake, but it's not obvious to me. So we need external people to look and give us an assessment of what they see about what we're doing at an organization so that we can change the shirt. It was easy for me to go home and put on a different shirt. But if I didn't have somebody that was safe and trustworthy to tell me, hey, you need to change your shirt, then I'm just going to walk around as long as I can't see with this spaghetti on my shirt. Yeah. I'll give another example that is really stands out to me about expertise. Actually a person who was in a Growability collaborative was this good friend of mine named Lisa. And she is both a Pilates instructor and a massage therapist. So she studied muscles, like with massage therapy, which is kind of like the nicer way to align your muscles rather than chiropractic. Chiropractic's like, we're going to crack you into place. Massage is like, I'm going to massage you into place. Both are necessary depending on, what your condition. But the other thing that she studied is she studied muscles and motion. So when it comes to muscles, like Lisa is an absolute master of muscle understanding. So I'm talking to Lisa and I'm like, oh, my back hurt and my knees hurt. And she like looks at me for 10 seconds and she says, yeah, you stand wrong. And I'm like, what are you talking? How can you stand wrong? I'm standing, I'm upright. She's like, no. You're putting all this weight on one of your legs instead of having a balance between your legs. And the reason why your back hurts is because you're creating this stress. Also, when you walk, you lean forward and you do X, Y, Z. Lisa was such an expert that she could look at me from simply how I was standing and tell me, whoa, hey, these are things that you're doing that are causing pain in your body that you're not even aware of. Well, an expert in business is going to be able to do the same thing. So in every collaborative, there's a business expert who is able to look at people and help them figure out why they might have particular pain. And then they have all of their peers that are like, hey, you've got ketchup on your shirt and you need to change that. The final thing is that the reason why people need to be in a structured collaborative is because the advice that you get from a structured collaborative is so much more helpful than every good intentioned friend that says, do you know what you need to do? Or do you know what book you need to read? What they're saying is actually, do you know what I did? Or do you know what book I read? But for you to know exactly what you should do, or for you to know what book you should read, you have to understand everything that you should understand about your organization. You need to understand the questions that you should ask. So without being in kind of a formal program to ask the right questions, you're going to be taking advice from people who are in different stages of life, different businesses, different entire markets. You knowing what to do is more important than somebody else telling you what to do. So we believe in education that isn't like telling people what to think, but teaching people how to think. And so the Growability Collaborative is really important. I don't just want to tell you what to think. I want to teach you how to think so that you know what to do on your own.
Yeah. Sounds like you're telling people that they are business owners that they need to get out of their own echo chamber, right?
Yeah.
I think that's important. Well, let me like turn a corner here, Joshua. So who should actually be a part of a collaborative? Who should use this tool, and how often should they like review it?
Yeah. So anybody who wants a happy team, a happy customer, and a happy wallet should be a part of a Growability Collaborative. There's simply in business, continual education shouldn't be optional. However, I did do some research, Bernie, because there's the other side of this, like the reasons why quality business education may not be important for you, or there's 7 reasons that I did some internet research of why you might not need quality business education. So here you go. You want to hear these reasons?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
The first reason is, who needs strategy? Success is all about winging it. Why plan when you can react in sheer panic and hope for the best?
It's way more fun that way. Yeah.
The second reason is, you've mastered the art of micromanagement. I mean, after all, the key to efficiency is hovering over every employee, ensuring that they never think for themselves.
Yeah.
The third
reason, stay with you forever. They'll stay with you forever.
Yeah. The third reason why you probably don't need quality business education is that spreadsheets are for nerds. I mean, real entrepreneurs don't waste time tracking numbers. We just need to trust that the money is probably there. The fourth reason, networking is for weaklings. Real leaders don't need to build connections and friendships. I mean, who needs mentors? These are just distractions from your solo success story.
That's right.
The fifth reason, employee retention is overrated. If people are quitting, it just means you're so visionary that they can't handle the vision. Let them go.
That's right.
You probably don't need their talent. The sixth reason, marketing. It's just fluff anyway. Forget targeting the right audience, product market fit, or brand identity. If you build it, they might come.
Sales
and
are
finally,
so,
there you go. And finally, the seventh reason, learning is for employees. I mean, as the boss, your job is to delegate all that pesky learning for somebody else because you already know everything.
Love it.
Now, if somebody is listening to those reasons and they're nodding their head like, yeah, that's right, then really you don't want to be a part of a Growability Collaborative. Or
maybe you actually really need to be a part of a Growability Collaborative.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a no-brainer. I mean, continuing to grow in community with experts is what really good business is all about. So there really is no excuse not to be a part of continual education. Growability is a way to synthesize hundreds of business books, hundreds of client interviews, and 15,000 hours worth of work into an 18-month program. So we've done all the legwork to make sure that when you're in this educational experience, you're getting education that has been proven, tested, honed, matured, applied, and then being able to actually transform other companies. So, I've been coaching and consulting with companies for 14 years. So I didn't like read one book and then build my business off of that. I've read hundreds of business books and then built models where they all share kind of that core fundamental that's necessary. So if you're not too proud to be a part of a collaborative, you should be a part of a collaborative.
Yeah. Well, let's get real practical then, Joshua. So how does this tool help a business or a business owner to grow?
Okay. Well, the first thing is that there are 5 key fundamentals that every leader of an organization needs if they're going to reach their full potential. They have to have a clear vision. They have to automate sales and marketing. They have to empower their team. They have to implement strategy, and they have to empower leaders. So those are the 5 steps of growability. If you need a clear vision, if you don't have tools to clarify your vision, Growability has tools for that. You need, as a business leader, to automate sales and marketing. If you're not automating sales and marketing, then Growability has tools for that. You need to empower your team. You need to implement strategy, and you need to empower leaders. So one of the ways that Growability helps an organization grow is we're teaching you these core fundamentals, and then we're giving you tools to actually apply them at your organization. It's the other thing is we need to be part of groups because we need more perspective. If I only see my business through my own lens, then I'm not going to be as mature as if I'm able to look at my business from multiple different angles. So another way that your organization is benefited is getting perspective from lots of other people. There's a proverb that says, in the abundance of counselors, there is victory. So you wage your war through counsel. And so many people are out there in the battle of business or in the battle of running a nonprofit, and they have maybe one advisor or no advisors, or somebody that's their buddy that's not really in the battle that's an advisor. So you need perspective. There's just so many reasons. Another reason, Bernie, is assessment. You need to be able to assess your organization objectively. So it's not just, hey, I think I'm doing good, so I'm good. I need somebody else to quantify whether I'm doing good. You need a strategy. Where do I go from here? What are the next 3 steps? What are the 3 steps after those steps? We all need really good tools, because you can dig a hole with a spoon or a shovel, but it's a lot better to build with a shovel. And then I need to know the next thing to do. What is the exact next action step? So at the Growability Collaborative, when I'm designing the course, I actually use the acronym PASTA, which covers all of these issues, to make sure that I'm covering all the bases every time that we meet together. PASTA, P-A-S-T-A. P is perspective, A is assessment, S is strategy, T is tools, and then A is the action step. So we need,
and then you can remember to make sure there's none on your shirt.
yeah, exactly right. You need pasta, and you need it not on your shirt. There you go.
Hey, so in light of that, let me just ask this question, Joshua. So all of this growth is great, but is this collaborative going to help you enjoy what you're doing more? I mean, is this going to be fun? So how does this tool help a person or a business leader make their work more enjoyable?
Bernie, after 10 years of studying business leaders, one of the key takeaways that I received in this study is that every business owner has a lid. And so a lid is the acronym LID. So the L is lack of knowledge. We simply don't know what we don't know. The I is isolation. I don't want anybody else to know that I don't know what I don't know. And then the D is discouragement. I know that I don't know what I don't know. So it's not fun to have a lid on your organization. It's the most, it makes work a drudgery, and you have more doubt and fear going into work than just delight and joy. So lack of knowledge gets replaced with knowledge. It's fun to know the answer. Hey, what's the core thing I should think about in marketing? Oh, I know. Isolation. It's not fun to feel like you're on your own. It's fun to know that you have a group of people around you who are all struggling with the same thing. It's not fun to be discouraged. And what happens when you put a group of people together is that you can borrow courage from one another, which is fun. So the most fun thing you can do in your business is overcome your lid. Get rid of that lack of knowledge, get rid of that isolation, get rid of that discouragement, and work is so much more fun.
Yeah. Well, let's go here then. How, tell our listeners, Joshua, how a Growability collaborative will help bring their business and their lives more balance.
Yeah, well, going back to the bicycle analogy, when I think about keeping a bicycle moving, I have to keep pedaling. And so those pedals are connected, but they move at different times. So when I'm riding a bike, I have to push down on one pedal and the other pedal goes up, and then I push down on that pedal and the other pedal goes up. To balance riding, I have to keep pedaling. Well, in any business, the two pedals that need to be continually balanced are both growth and stability. If I'm not growing, well, then I won't be able to get the right team members. I won't be able to make healthy profit. I won't be able to keep the bike running. If I'm not stable, then I'm going to crash and burn and run out, I can't keep the bike running if I'm not continuing this balance. So every one of the Growability tools is either a tool to help you grow, or it's a tool to help you stabilize. So the balance of growth and stability is what's necessary in your organization. Most leaders are either bent towards growth, which means that they create the necessary problem of a lack of stability, or they're bent towards balance, which creates the necessary problem that they are, not growing. And so really what we need is that combination. I have continual growth. I have continual balance. I grow and then I stabilize and then I grow. Without implementing and having good tools, it's impossible to keep that balance moving forward. So Growability is the most comprehensive set of growth and stability tools on the market. And when you go through this collaborative, you get access to all of them.
That's awesome. Yep. You got to have both. So how then will this, in light of everything you've just said, how will a Growability collaborative help a business owner become more reliable?
Reliability in your business comes from a single source. Reliability in your business comes from the systems that you implement at your business. Or your nonprofit. What you get right now is a result of your systems. Businesses are unreliable when they don't understand what systems even are, or they don't understand how to improve their systems. So a system, we use an acronym system at Growabilities, of course, because we use an acronym for everything. But system, a way to look at systems is use the acronym SYSTEM, SYSTEMS. So the first S is your schedule. The Y is your yearly prune. The second S is your SOPs, your standard operating procedures. Your T is your tools and technology. Your E is your environments. Your M is your measurements. And then your S is your self-reviews. So a system actually combines all of those things. What do we do with our time? Have we pruned this to be, tight and efficient and healthy? What are our standard operating procedures? What tools are we using? What technologies are we using? What is our environment for this? What's our digital environment? What's our physical environment? What is our measurements? What do we measure? And then how do we review our progress? What do our self-reviews look like? So you won't be reliable in your organization until you have reliable systems. You can't have reliable systems if you don't fundamentally understand the core components of systems. And then you can't be reliable in an organization if you don't implement strategically those systems at your organization. So probably, I mean, every bit of the Growability Collaborative has some value. The systems tools are worth 10 times whatever you pay for the collaborative, because the systems in your organization you can then use for the next 20, 40 years of running an organization. Or if you go into an organization that doesn't have systems, you can help that organization build systems. So having good systems is critical. Going to the collaborative teaches you how to build good systems.
Yeah. Well, let's go there. So a lot of people who use Growability are not just business owners. They're business owners, but they are the owner of their own like coaching business, right?
Yeah.
So for people who are using Growability in their coaching business, could you just give some practical, like how does a collaborative help their coaching business? How should they use, or should they even be a part of a Growability collaborative?
I mean, I wouldn't, there's no way if you are coaching others and you haven't gone through an extensive program like the Growability Collaborative, then I don't know how you would coach. I mean, you can be a pedal coach or a handlebar coach or a tire coach or a bicycle chain coach. You know, these are kind of like the either 100 or 1,000 hours of study coaches. Like I've studied something for 100 hours, so now I can coach you. With Growability, this is more of like a 15,000 hour study that is condensed and then given in a toolkit that you can use in your coaching. There isn't good education doesn't happen instantly or fast. It just doesn't. So, well, I mean, so there's the old adage, good, cheap, quick, pick two. It can be good and quick, but it's not going to be cheap. That's called consulting. So the consultant comes and joins your business and helps you build your systems and do all that stuff. With the collaborative, it's cheap and it's good, but it's not quick. So you've got an 18-month program where you can get all of the fundamentals that you need for your organization, but it's just going to take some time. I mean, a coach is going to be making, you know, either $100,000 to $200,000 a year coaching leaders and businesses. So if they're not, you know, investing like $500 a month in their own education, then I'd be suspicious of that coach anyway. You know, so the advice that I would give to anybody who's going to coach others is fundamentally get yourself in a Growability business collaborative so that you can teach people how to build systems, so that you can teach people how to ask the right questions, so that you can help them clarify vision, automate sales and marketing, empower teams, implement strategy, and empower your managers. With Growability, our passion is not just make money. Yeah. Our passion is to equip leaders. The reason why we even offer our toolkit for so cheap or offer our education so cheap is because we made a strategic decision that we're going to impact as many people as we can. So if you're a coach, this is just an absolute no-brainer.
Yeah. Well, Joshua, what's one thing that our audience and listeners can do this week to benefit from everything you've just said from this podcast episode?
If I were going to do one thing after listening to this podcast, if I lead people or I lead an organization, I would ask the question, one, am I extremely confident that I know what I should know in every aspect of running my business? And if you're not extremely confident, then you need to join a program or do something to gain that confidence so that you can be a great leader at your organization. If the answer to that question is no, then the one thing is contact us. Send an email to info@growability.com, and we will do as best as we can to help you get confident about running your organization. Another thing would be click subscribe to the Growability Podcast, because we're talking about tools and education every week. So this is a no-brainer. If you lead people, it's condensed quality business education.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, Joshua, thanks so much. That's all we have time for today. We do want to remind you that you are doing better than you think, and you have more potential than you know. Thanks for growing with Growability. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our podcast and our YouTube channel, and share with people you really like. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.